Hello and good morning to all of you. Welcome to our channel, that is Literature with Rakesh. And today we are going to discuss a very interesting and very important topic from the net point of view, that is Age of Chaucer. This is such a topic where we get two to three questions in each sets of net. So stay prepared and stay calm. We are going to discuss a very important one. This is our schedule through which we are going to follow in our upcoming days. So let's don't discuss over this. This is the age of Chaucer. The period of age of Chaucer is known to be from 1300 to 1480. Okay, and this picture is of Geoffrey Chaucer. Now, what we know that Geoffrey Chaucer is such a writer who witnessed three major events. The first one was the 100 Years of War. The 100 Years of War was a bout between England and France on the matter of land dispute, land division. Okay. So on the matter of land dispute or land division, this was done. And in this battle, England won the war through a longbow method. Longbow method, it means that they use arrow, bow, and through this they won the war. Now the second event was Black Death. Black Death was known as the epidemic of London, which was spread by rats. This was a plague spread by rats, and some of the book often says that 2/3 of the population, and some of them says that 1/3 of the population wiped out. Okay. So don't confuse about this. This one can be either 2/3 or 1/3. It is no need to worry. Okay. So we don't need to worry about this. So what happened in Black Death? Black Death was a plague spread by rats, and in this plague, 2/3 of the population or 1/3 of the population of Europe wiped out. Yeah, there is contrast. There is a bit contrast over this matter that either 2/3 or 1/3. But most of the book I've read in on the English literature, I found that 2/3 of the population. So don't confuse about 1/3. Often mind 2/3 or 66%. Okay. Peasant Revolution. What was this? This was initiated by Wat Tyler and John Ball. Remember these names: Wat Tyler and John Ball. Wat Tyler and John Ball started revolting. They were the leader of peasant revolt, and the revolt was done against the heavy taxes. Okay. The revolt took place against paying heavy taxes. What happened that peasant have to pay heavy taxes? That's why they don't save. Their condition was just same as ours that was before 1947 in our country. And in this condition, they started the revolt, and this revolt was led by Wat Tyler and John Ball. This name is very important. Now watch that there are some notable points, and the first notable point is that English became the language of court in 1362. Okay, this is very important that you have to remember. And the other one is English became the language of parliament in 1363. Okay, in 1363, English has been started as the language of parliament, and in 1386, English has been recognized. English became the language of school teaching, that we are reading, that we are teaching. This has been started in 1386. Now move further. and was the first writer, that is Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer was born in 1340. Okay, and somehow Geoffrey Chaucer is also known as the father of English literature. He was the writer who saw the reign of three kings. It means Geoffrey Chaucer was such a writer. In his complete lifetime, he was the governance of three kings. First one was Edward III, Richard II, and Henry IV. Edward III, Richard II, and Henry IV. Further, he married Philippa Royt in 1366. Let's discuss some works of Geoffrey Chaucer. The work is Troilus and Cressida. This one is very important one. Book of Duchess, House of Fame, Parliament of Falls, The Legend of Good Woman, and one more, the major work was Canterbury Tales, that I forgot to discuss. Canterbury Tales. This was the major work of Geoffrey Chaucer. And always note that whenever there would be the question from Chaucer, there must be one or two questions from Canterbury Tales. So this is very important. This book is very important. This is also known to be Story of Stories. Okay, this book is also known as Story of Stories because it is the collection of approx 30 stories. Approx story. But I think only 24 stories were completed. Then after the writer died, and the writing of the concept of writing was finished over there. William Langland is the second writer of this age. This one is William Langland, and his major writing was Pius the Plowman. Pius the Plowman was what? So Pius the Plowman was a work which used to represent what the life is. It explains what is life like. It means it represents the miseries, the bad thing, and the good things of life. So misery, suffering in life. It begins in Malvern Hill. Okay, so often this word would be asked. This poem was set in Malvern Hill. It explains tower as a heaven. When writer express tower, you have to understand that he was talking about heaven. And when the writer uses word fortress, you have to understand that he was talking about hell. Now further watch this, it represents three figurative characters, namely do well means consciousness, do better means grace, and do best means charity. So this is the theme, this is the whole thing that we know, that we have to know about William Langland. So we don't need to ask, we don't need to know more about William Langland. It is very important that you have to know in very short way, because the chapter of it is very broad, and we cannot get confused in very short things. So where there is very less chances of question, we are giving you very less time over there. So try to mind this. This is very important for you. There are some questions that were asked in NET exam or some other exam. In Langland, Pius the Plowman, Pius appears finally as the goodest Martian that I have written over there. You don't need to discuss over that. These are some of the questions and answers over there. You have to just focus on this. Okay. Now moving on to the next slide, we discuss about John Mandeville. John Mandeville was a writer, or you can say that he was not a writer, he was a sailor. Okay. So John Mandeville has written only a book that is often asked in it, that the travel of Sir John Mandeville. Okay, so John Mandeville crossed the sea in 1332, and he put his whole experience of this journey in his book Travel of Sir John Mandeville. He had written it in French in 1356 and translated into English in 1375. Just only 3 lines you have to remember about John Mandeville. You don't need to read more about John Mandeville. Okay. Now move to the next slide. John Wycliffe. John Wycliffe is only known for his Bible, Wycliffe's Bible. Okay. Wycliffe, mainly Wycliffe was a priest at Catholic Church, and the follower of Wycliffe is known as Lollard, and they used to support Reformation. Further, we would read in Age of Revival or Age of Elizabeth this Reformation word in detail. So you need not to worry about that. Only work of Wycliffe that I have discussed, that is Wycliffe's Bible, published in 1382 to 1905. He translated Bible into English. This is only the basic thing that we have to know about Wycliffe. Further, what do we see? John Gower. John Gower is known to be the best friend of Geoffrey Chaucer. John Gower is good friend of Geoffrey Chaucer that I have discussed. Chaucer dedicated a part of his poem Troilus and Chryseid to John Gower. In this poem, he somehow discussed, directly or indirectly, he discussed about Gower. This was an allegorical love, and some of the work of Gower that we have to know is Mirror de l'Homme. This has been written in French, and the other writing and the other work was Vox Clamantis, written in Latin. In this book, Gower addresses sin, corrupt politician, revolt, etc. And he has written this in such a manner that people used to say him Moral Gower, and the name of Moral Gower was given by Chaucer. Okay, so this was the name given by Chaucer, Moral Gower, and since then Gower is known to be as a Moral Gower. Moving further, we get that Confessio Humanitas. This is also the best writing of Gower. In this, Gower discussed an older man making confession of his love life, and this has been written in English in 8 books. Okay, and published in 1389. This is very important that you have to know. And the other writer was John Wycliffe. This one is John Wycliffe, and one line is important. One line is enough for Wycliffe. Wycliffe written Regiment of Princes on the order of Henry V. Okay, just we have to know. Regiment of Princes has been written by John Wycliffe on the order of Henry V, in which he discussed the vice and virtue of Henry V. Okay, this is very simple, one-liner. You have to only remember one line that is important for you. Now discuss John Lydgate. John Lydgate uses the work of Chaucer. Yeah, we can also say that John Lydgate just copies Chaucer's style, Chaucer's thing. And style is not, we cannot say style. He uses the same work, just changes the name of characters and changes the name of heading, title. Okay. So first one was Serpent of Division. In this, he discussed briefly about Julius Caesar. And Julius Caesar introduced by Chaucer. Fall of Princes, this was also written by Lydgate, but actually this was written by Boccaccio and translated by Lydgate. After this, he has written Reason and Sensuality, and he has not written this, he has translated from French to English with the theme of chastity. Another book was Troy book. At the command of the Prince of Wales and Henry V, he has written Troy book. Another writing was Siege of Thebes. It is a poem response to Chaucer's Canterbury. Okay. In this he discussed all the facts that has been used in Canterbury. And the main story of this book has been taken from Boccaccio. Okay. And the other one is The Complaint of the Black Knight, based on Chaucer's book, The Book of Duchess. So directly we can say that this was the copywriter. If we say this cannot be said in a wrong direction. Okay. Other book was Temple of Glass. This is the copy version of House of Fame. So whatever we get over here, okay, we get that Lydgate is the copy version of Chaucer. So this was the story of Age of Chaucer. We shall meet in the next lecture with new chapter. Till the time we meet next. Thank you and happy learning.